Hello all, it's your favorite minor YouTuber here that you always tune into because of just such culture that we engage in here. So I had a funny idea for this video. It's of course far from original, because if you expect originality out of me, you are in the wrong channel. I just thought I'd show some of the collectibles that I have as far as cards go that I have in my card protectors. I have my binders, but then I also have these. Just showcase some of them that I have accumulated over the years, because when I say I have a problem with this card game in every single one of my videos, it manifests in things such as these. So I just thought it'd be cool just to show off some of the ones that I have. And if there's a funny story behind them, which there's a funny story behind a few of them, it's just entertaining to tell it. So I'll start off here with one that's not really all that something. We have a gold rare Miscellaneousaurus. Obviously, this came out in Maximum Gold, which is a more recent set. It's obviously not worth that much. There's a bunch of these out there. I only have it in this card protector because if you look closely, the borders are kind of misaligned, and that's all. I always like it when cards do that. That's always really cool. So I just pulled it aside, bought another copy as a playable one, then just put this one in a card protector because I think it's really cool when cards have misaligned borders like that. So it was just really cool to have that. Up next, we have the only ultimate rare I have, I believe, and that is Dark Arm Dragon level 10. This is from the tournament pack 15 that we had recently, and of course, with my luck, I managed to pull one out of the OTS pack, and it looks pretty cool. I think if ever I think a secret rare would look cooler, but this is, I mean, it's a cool card. I managed to pull it, so I'm not complaining whatsoever. Next, my only collector's rare, I have a Nightmare Unicorn in collector's rare, which came in Genesis Impact. As I do often sometimes, I pulled this from a Walmart pack. I will never ever underrate Walmart cards because I can pull stuff like this from it. So I have my collector's rare Unicorn that I obtained from good old Walmart. Up next, this card's kind of funny. I have a Master Collection 1 Secret Rare Dark Ruler Hades. The funny thing about this is I didn't even order this. I ordered I can't remember what his name is, but it was a fusion that I was going to use for my goat deck, and I think this came in instead. So it's just a shipping error, and I'm working on that. But this is just funny. It's cool. It's an older copy of Hades, a secret rare, so it's a really cool card to have. But that's just the funny story behind that. Next, not really worth much, but just a really, really cool card. I have a secret rare Victor Dragon from the Shonen Jump promo, and I mean, just any funny story you can tell about this card. This card's banned just because of its text. Limited edition, unfortunately, not the other one. But I mean, just a cool card to have nonetheless. My buddy had one of these, and he just gave it to me because it was on his way out of Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's just a really cool card. It's if this card were legal and we could actually make this work, how funny would this be? Just because you could win the match. I mean, obviously your opponent would just scoop as soon as it happened, which is why this card was a ruling nightmare. But it's just a funny card to have. Next, one of many that I have obtained from my card shop, I have a secret rare YATA GARASU from Legacy of Darkness, and oh boy, the PTSD that the older players have from this card back with this and pre-Errata Chaos Emperor Dragon. It's just another cool card to have. I don't think it's worth too much, but it's just, I mean, it's a relic of old Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's just a really, really cool card. And I was happy I could pick one up. I was also happy I could pick up this next one. Same thing. I got this from my card shop. A Injection Fairy Lily, also from Legacy of Darkness. This one, I think it's light play. It's not near mint, which is a little unfortunate. But I mean, it's still a really cool card. This card's iconic and classic. It's just really, really funny. In our progression series that I'm doing with some of my friends, this card has killed me multiple times because one of my friends pulled this card and he unironically plays it, and it's scary when it can resolve. I've lost progression games to that which is just funny. Up next is just a cool one, just because of nostalgia. I have a secret rare BLS from Legendary Collection Yugi's World, first edition also, which is just really cool. My one of the friends in the progression series, Matt, sold this one to me because he finally came off of it, exploiting my problem with this card game. But I was more than happy to, just because look how cool this card looks. It's just really shiny. We love shiny cardboard. That's why we do this. Up next, I have a few Lost Art cards. Here's my Lost Art collection of a few things, I guess. First is a skill drain. Most of these probably came from my card shop, just because they had Lost Art promos, but I just put them in card protectors just because it's really cool to preserve them. We had a Lost Art skill drain, limited edition, of course, because it came from the store, but I mean, it just looks really cool, and I sleeved it up. Next, a Foolish Burial. I believe I bought this one just because I think the Lost Art just looks so much better than the original. I mean, the original's your standard gravestone, but then this one it just looks so pretty. Look at that shine. And funny story about this next one. It's a Legacy of Darkness Rhoda. Still says Magic card, by the way, and first edition. So this card is worth something. The funny story about this, I found this in my trade binder. I took this to locals, and I was passing out my trade binder to people, and somebody takes this out, and he's like, is this supposed to be in here, dude? And I'm like, I take a look at it, and I didn't recognize what it was at first, but then I saw it with a Legacy of Darkness reinforcement of the army. I'm like, how is that there? I didn't even get this. I have no idea how I got this card. I literally just found it in my trade binder. That's the funny story behind that card, and it's just hilarious because now I have a Legacy of Darkness reinforcement of the army. And one of my other last Lost Art ones, I have a Lost Art Monster Reborn, and this card just looks so cool. I could play this just to flex, but I mean, it's just beautiful, and I didn't want to do that to it. So I just want to keep it as is because I think this is a near mint one. So I just didn't want to ruin that. It's just such a pretty card. I love the alternate artwork to Monster Reborn. The original's cool, but I mean, that one's just infinitely superior. Next we have sort of the Dark Magician Girl series. I guess I have a lot of Dark Magician Girl variants just because it's an iconic card. First we have Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, a secret rare first edition. Unfortunately, I think this one, especially on the back, might have some creases, so it's like anywhere from heavy play to maybe to classify as damaged, which is unfortunate, but I mean, this is just a cool card nonetheless. It's a secret rare one, and it's Dark Magician Girl, which is a theme for these next upcoming ones, so I just thought it was cool. Next up is another secret rare, one of the alternate artworks, first edition. And that's how most of these are gonna go, pretty much. Next is same thing, alternate artwork, limited edition, unfortunately, not first ed, but I mean, we like Dark Magician Girl. And the Lost Art one that this is my most recent edition, I believe, because my store had these as promos, still in the original packaging. I double sleeve all these. I left this in the I didn't take any of these out. They're still in their original packaging. I leave them in, I double sleeve them, and then I put them in a card protector. These cards do not get damaged with me because I take care of them. But I have the Lost Art one, and then the, I guess sort of the crowning achievement of this section of the collection is another one I got off of my buddy, and as soon as he learned what he had, he haggled hard with me. I forget what I paid for this, but he ran a tough bargain to sell this to me. This is a Magician's Force Dark Magician Girl. Not first ed, unfortunately, but I do have a Magician's Force Dark Magician Girl, and it's unfortunately damaged. I think you can see one of the creases on the left, on the left side right there. So it does unfortunately classify as damage, but I mean, that's understandable. He had that card since he was a kid. I'm pretty sure it was taken out a few times, but I mean, it's just a cool card to have nonetheless. This is the first one ever printed, the original artwork. released in America. It's just such a cool version of the card to have, since it's literally the OG. Next, my Starlight rares that I actually have. So this one was at our store. Somebody pulled this one. This is a Rise of the Duelists Win the Wind Charmer. They had this one for a pretty decent price, actually, for what it was on TCG Player at the time. So I think the Charmers have really nice artwork. They look really cool. So having a Starlight rare, one of them, I was trying to haggle one of the people at the store the other day to sell me their Starlight rare Hita, the Link version of it, but they wouldn't come off of it. But I mean, I have this one, so it's just cool to have this one. I'm working on getting more of them because I, of course, have a problem with this card game. So why stop there? Next, I got this off of one of my buddies. Actually, he traded me this for I think I traded him for a couple of the cards that he wanted, but he had a Starlight Rare Torn Scales, so I got that one off him. This is coming from Phantom Rage, first edition, so always nice. And it's just a cool one to have. I don't play my Starlight Rares at all. If I'm gonna build a Phantom Knight deck, I'm going to play the Secret Rare version of this. This is staying in the Card Protector. If you play Starlight Rares in your deck, there is a place for you, and it's called Hell. Please protect your cards. They are worth money. I understand you want to flex, but don't flex the really valuable collectible ones, please. And the next, speaking of Walmart cards that I obtained, this is why I never sleep on Walmart cards. I pulled a Starlight Rare this is a Starlight Rare I pulled from a Walmart pack. This is Armed Dragon Thunder level 10, which I got from buying some Blazing Vortex at Walmart, and that is why I will never ever sleep on Walmart packs again, and why I will always film every single pack I open from now on, because I didn't think much of Blazing Vortex, so I just opened up the handful of packs I bought at Walmart, and of course I pull this. So I wish I could have gotten my reaction to that on camera, but I wasn't filming at the time. But now here it is in all its splendor. And then my final Starlight Rare that I have, I got. I'll show what it is first. It's the Life Twin Leela Treat from also from Blazing Vortex. So the funny story behind this is actually how it got pulled. I didn't pull it, unfortunately, but Derek at our store won. He pulled this from one of the packs that he won when Blazing Vortex was the prize during one of the tournaments. So what he did, he didn't even go undefeated. He just topped. He lost a match that night. So he gets 3 packs. One pack he gets and just a regular super ultra whatever it was. The second pack, he gets Prosperity. He's like, oh, cool, I never pull under $30 when I do this. I'm the best at the game. Can I finish this off with a Starlight Rare? Final pack, he pulls this. And everybody in the store just loses their minds, saying the game is rigged, this is unfair. And then if that weren't good enough, Derek was just a great guy. He sold this to me for, well under what it was. At the time, this was worth, what was it? At the time, it was worth $180, $200 on TCG. He gave this to me. He gave it to me. He sold it to me for what did he do? 120, 150. He way underwent, and he was such a great guy about it. He's like, yeah, I don't care. I want the money. Also exploiting my addiction to this card game, but that's just the funny story behind this. Is he got this out of 3 packs, and then the other one was Prosperity, which at the time was 80, 90, and obviously it's gone up now. So just the fact that he pulled that out of 3 packs, and then everybody losing their minds at that, it was hilarious. On to the final 3 that we have here. Actually, these are my Ghost Rares. The first one is a STELLARKNIGHT DETEROS. So I also got this one from Matt. He finally came off of this, and knowing that I have a problem that when it comes to card games, he finally let me have this one. First edition also, so really cool to have one of these. There we go. I was trying to get the right angle to where you could see the card itself as well, because Ghost Rares aren't really photogenic usually. You have to find the right angle for it. But there it is. One of my 3 ghost rares that I have. Always cool to see cards like that. The next one is one of my more recent editions. My store also had this one. It is from Ghosts from the Past. It is the BLS link, Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. Also first edition. Somebody pulled this at the store and then sold it to the store, and then the store sold it to me because I have a problem when it comes to this card game. I didn't buy a lot of cards after that because it took a little bit to get to this card. It took some saving up, but I wanted my my Ghost from the Past collectible one that I got. I'm trying to get the right angle for this without getting the glare, but there it is. Just another cool addition to the collection. This card's steadily going up too, so this is a good investment. And I was really happy I was able to get one of these. Obviously, Dark Magician would have been more cool because that card's like, what is it now? It's over $1,000. It's ridiculous. And then my last one, and probably one of my most favorite ones, just because of the nostalgia with this card. I have a Ghost Rare Winged Dragon of Ra from Rage of Ra. It's just really cool to have this one because when I was watching the Yu-Gi-Oh anime as a kid, my favorite monsters were probably the Egyptian god cards. So being able to have a Ghost Rare of the canonically most powerful one in the anime, laughs in Obelisk. But just being able to have this card, it's really, really cool to have this, because just look at that. That looks beautiful. And first edition as well. This card is going to go up steadily in value as well, just because of the nostalgia. So it's really cool to have this card, and I was really happy I was able to get a copy. But yeah, that's my collection there. Obviously, I have more in my binder, but there's my thick stack of everything from underwhelming misc to ulties, collectors, other old secrets, lost arts, things that we find in our binder because we don't remember how they got there. Too many Dark Magician Girls, Starlights, Ghost Rares. This is my top collection so far, and still expanding because I have too much of a problem when it comes to this card game. But there they are in all of their glory. And now you know that if you see me, I would be interested in retrieving some of them because of my addiction to this card game. But that's about it. That's all I got for you. Maybe one day I'll do my binder that I have of some stuff, because I have a binder full of like either my meta cards or just other cards that I think are really cool. But before I do that, I have to actually put time to organizing it, because I'm very disorganized when it comes to my binder. But that's about it. That's all I got for you now. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you thought it was cool, and have a good rest of the day.